For me, Okan Hoja has a big part in this defeat. Let's take a closer look. First of all, I won't blame him too much in this starting 11. I know that many were happy that Abdulkarim got benched and that Singo started ahead of him. All I can say is that I totally understand if Abdulkarim is pissed off. He's been one of the most important players in the last 3 seasons when we won the league. I always said this, if you want to bench Abdulkarim, he needs to perform so bad that it's obvious to bench him. Or you should have sold him. That's my opinion. Yes, I'm not satisfied on how Abdulkarim has performed in the league so far. He struggled against Eyüpspor. He struggled against Kayserispor. But to do it in this way, I think it's really risky. And also, I can't understand why we need to press high all the time, especially when you don't have the players to do it with. For example, Ilkay, he struggled against Eyüpspor in the high pressure. Gabriel Sara struggled. As a team, we have struggled a lot, even in the league, with our high pressure. And when you are facing a team like Frankfurt, who doesn't want to even build up, they struggle against Leverkusen with 10 men to create anything. I'm not saying that Frankfurt is a bad team with the ball, because up front they are really strong, with Can Uzun, Ritsu Doğan, and so on. But for them to build up from the defense to the midfields to the attack, they're struggling more there. So for us to press all the time and not getting anything from it, for example here, it's Frankfurt who is attacking after that goal kick. We are not getting anything from it. And we need to track back again. It's almost like giving a counter-attack away. So you can do this against Bayern München because they are always trying to play out. PSG, they are always trying to play out. Manchester City, and so on. But to do it against Frankfurt, who is not interested at all to do it, let them get the ball and play on their weaknesses. But also with this intensity, we would have struggled in any pressure. If we had faced Bayern München with this pressure, we would have been played out straight away because we don't have the players to do it. If you have Icardi and Mertens in top form, okay. If you have Osimhen and Icardi, okay, do it. But don't do it with, for example, Ilkay. He's struggling there. And also our structure. Look first at Frankfurt structure. They're 1-0 down. Are they desperate? No. Then you look at our structure when we are 1-0 up. Yunus Akgün, Barış Alper, Ilkay Gündoğan is behind, or Larsson is in front of them with the ball. We are 1-0 up. It looks like we are 5-0 down here. Maybe you can survive in the league because I think we have played weak in the league also. But to do this in the Champions League, you will get punished straight away. If they're not creating chances, they will tire you up for every situation that this is happening. Also, our defensive line on 1-0. It is 4 Frankfurt players here. You can't see the last one. You're only seeing his head beside Salah. Against our 3 defenders. We are 1-0 up. And this is the structure. And look at our pressure up front also. Look at the room between our midfielders, our attackers, and our defenders. We didn't look like a team at all. And here also, it's 1-1. No pressure on Tiate, Frankfurt's defender. He can just aim wherever he wants. And look at the space between the midfielders and the defenders. Look where Lemina is staying. He's with attackers here. For me, it's just, I can't understand it. It's just, in the Champions League, you will get punished. And it's 1-1. 1-1 for us would have been a good result if you ask me. I said it in the preview video that 1 point for us is really good. Yet it looks like here we are desperate to get the second goal, we need to get it straight away. And this is before the 2-1 goal. It's 2 minutes left. Ilkay Gundogan is really experienced player. Yes, it is room to play to Yunus here. But I think it's a weak pass by Ilkay and it's a weak touch by Yunus Akgün here. But why do we invite them to get counters when we have the result in our hand? Frankfurt needed to win this game actually because they are playing home and they are facing teams like Barcelona, Napoli, Liverpool. For them, this was like a must win. And they get counterattack and Can Uzun. I don't get this either. Can Uzun is so dangerous when he can turn and shoot. His finishing skills are so good. Yet, Lemina is struggling to track back. Torreira is struggling to track back. Ilkay Gundogan is not close to Can Uzun. Ilkay is not a physical player either, but if he had been close to, for example, Can Uzun there, Can Uzun is extremely weak physically. That if you are close to him, then you can probably take him out. But if you are giving him that space, he will score from there. Without a doubt. And here also, it's 5 seconds left. We are trying to play out from here. Again, Ilkay Gundogan, his experience. I think he he was one of our better players, I think. But in these crucial situations, I think he disappointed a bit because here he's so experienced and he tries to play out from here, and in the end he makes a free kick that it shouldn't be goal from there either. So it's just disappointing. But let's talk about our captain also, because Yunus Akgün is a player I really like. He's from our academy, the child of the club and everything. But you can't react like this. This is on the 1-1 goal. Look how he's holding his head. No, his hands. He's holding it like this. And you see here. And even at 5 seconds after the goal, he's holding his head like this, and he just can't believe it. And after this, he just totally zoned out, showed no leadership at all. And for me, you can't have leaders like that. I love the thoughts about it. That Yunus Akgün, captain from the academy. But clearly here you see that he's not ready for it yet. Also here we tried, it's 3-1. Look at the structure again. And look how Yunus Akgün is just looking in the air when he tried to press there. For me, this is not like captain worthy. It's no leadership. He's getting frustrated. That's okay, but it's 3-1. It's still 35 minutes left. When I saw this situation, in my mind it was like, okay, we have lost this game. He changed out Lemina, put in Icardi, does what he's always doing when we are down, making this soup of players, and it looks just like we are everywhere on the pitch. From here, it was like it just went out of me. It was like, I think others also felt that when they watched this game. That in this situation it was like, wow, we are finished. And also, I don't want to blow this too much up, but I found it a bit strange when Icardi came in. It's normally that you give the captain armband to your first captain when he's coming in, but Yunus Akgün didn't do that, and I don't think it was that he did it on purpose. I think it was more like he just was. I don't think his head was in the game at all. after his mistake. So I don't think he thought about it. And also about the game plan. Not once did we try to play Leroy Sané behind their defense. Leroy Sané's... I'm not trying to defend Leroy Sané here because I think he had a horrible game. He lost the ball so many times. He started so many counterattacks for Frankfurt. But that we don't even use him once behind the defense is for me exceptional. In the FIFA Club World Cup, how many times did Leroy Sané get alone with the goalkeeper? We are desperate for a goal here, yet we don't use this counterattack where Frankfurt is struggling. I just found it so weird that we didn't do it. Play it behind the defense. Look what's happening. No, not once did we try to do it with Leroy Sané. And I'm not trying to defend him because, again, I don't think he played a good match at all. Barış Alper also, I won't show where he was on the ground because it was too many times. He is not in physical form. I don't think his head was in this game either. And Barış Alper, for me, it's a bit like, I'm so disappointed. It's nothing to say. He was more on the ground than he had successful passes, I think. And he reacted so slowly to everything. When he could have started a run, he started so slow. His head was not on the game at all. And also, this is a situation here I would talk a bit about. Barış Alper as a striker, if you want to play the ball and try to play him in the feet, you should never use Barış Alper as a striker. He struggled against Karagümrük. I'm not trying to say Karagümrük. Karagümrük is not a good team, okay? But in the Champions League. Look what Barış Alper is trying to do here. He's trying to get body contact. But Collins, he's trying to get his body like this on Collins there. But Collins is, in the Champions League, he's just, get away from me. I don't want this body contact. And when Barış Alper is getting the ball, then he doesn't know what to do. Because when he gets body contact in the Super League, he can turn them around. He knows where he got the man. He can play it back again. But if he doesn't get that, he's so weak with the ball in his feet when he's facing his face behind their goals. So when we tried to use him behind the defense also, but he didn't have any energy, any strength, and his the position he had where he should at least hit the goal. He didn't even shoot with the inside of his foot. It's just, his head was not there whatsoever. And that's so extremely disappointing. Not only, his pressure was bad, everything was just so disappointing. And also the 4-1 goal here is still 3-1. It's 25 minutes left. We get countered on again. It is 3 Frankfurt players here who can score. And it's 2 from us who can defend, Eren and Davinson Sanchez. So this is how we give away the Champions League games. And we need to be a bit realistic also. This is from The Athletic. I showed it in the preview video. They are have a prediction on how good the squads are. We are on 28th place in their head. It's subjective. It's nothing true to this either. But we need to be a bit realistic and play on the opponent's weaknesses. You can't just go out with your own play all the time and feel like you're going to dominate everything. then these things are happening. Frankfurt was not so good either. You know, this is for me just so unnecessarily. 1 point here would have made a big difference. And when you're losing 5-1, yes, Gabriel Sara, he had a mistake on that 5-1 goal. But where were Davinson Sanchez? He was in the middle suddenly. You know, the structure and the discipline in the team was nowhere. And also for, the goal difference is 5-1. Just look at the table from the last season, how important the goal difference was. Now I think we need at least 12 points. So for me, it's just disappointing all the way, and how we gave up. We have a more experienced team, yet it looked like we was the junior team who made those mistakes, who couldn't stand up when it was 3-2-1, 3-1. We totally lost it. I am just so disappointed. And who are we? In the last 33 games in the Champions League, we have won it 3 times. We have won 3 games in the last 33 games. Who are we to, dominate every game, take out our midfielders, to put in our forwards, and so on? Always do the high pressure, even if they don't. Frankfurt has no interest whatsoever to press high. So, yeah. Who played good? I think Singo was good. His positioning was all over the place, but I think he played really good. He was good with his ball in his feet also. Also in my analyze video, I showed that he's not only physical beast, he's actually really good with the ball in his feet when he's taking the ball up with him. He's making so much chaos for the opponents. Davinson Sanchez, we know that he's not a left center back. He struggled in the national team when he played there for Colombia. Last game, he struggled a lot. And it is just, for me, it's just so disappointed. I'm just so disappointed. So, yeah. And I also want to defend Uğurcan Çakır. He was okay. I don't think he did any mistakes on the goal. He had 2 great saves. I'm not trying to make anyone to like a scapegoat or anything. This is a team play. We struggled a lot as a team. It is, can I blame 100% on Okan Hoca? Of course not. It's so many mistakes out there. Sometimes, on Ilkay's situation, he should have shown more experience, for example. But in total, I think Okan Hoca did some huge mistakes. And again, I know that many are so pissed off for his statements that he blamed the referee and we play good and blah blah blah. I see this as a mind game. I know I'm not trying to defend Okan Hoca either, but I won't look too much on that either, because it's horrible statements. It's not that. But if we are talking about the statements, then it's a win for him. That we are not talking about the players or their performances or whatsoever. So I don't expect him either to say blah 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 this, we should have done this and that. So as long as he shows it with action. But time after time we get disappointed, so I'm not sure anymore what to think or what to say. So, but yeah, this was my view from the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, comment down below what you guys think, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.